Welcome back to the series where I teach you how to become a crochet or knit designer. Although we're focusing mostly on crochet terms here, all of these can apply to you as a knitwear designer or aspiring knitwear designer as well. In the first two episodes, we covered the basics and essential tools you'll need as a crochet designer. Now it's time to start working on your first piece. Whether you're envisioning a stylish top, a cozy shawl, or a fun accessory, the process starts the same way, with a vision and a plan. The process can feel overwhelming at first, but this is why we're here. In this video, we'll cover gathering inspiration, selecting the right yarn, swatching, and why it's so important. I know we all hate doing it. And choosing stitches, gathering inspiration, and defining your vision. The first thing you need to decide is what you're making. Pull out your designing crochet notebook we discussed in episode 1 and write down these 4 questions. What is the purpose of your piece? What season is it for? What kind of fit do you want? And what is your aesthetic? What is the purpose of the piece? Is it for warmth, fashion, layering, home decor, or function? Keep in mind, it can be multiple things at once. For example, if you have a beanie you're making, the beanie can be for both fashion and warmth. Fashion would be represented in the colors you choose, stitch selection, construction, ease, etc. Warmth can be in the properties of your stitch selection and the type of fiber you pair them with. What season is it for? A breezy summer top would require lightweight yarn and open stitches, while a cozy winter scarf might need bulky yarn and dense textures. What kind of fit do you want? This is where you start thinking about the shape and construction of your piece. Do you want it to be boxy and oversized? Do you want it to be fitted and stretchy? Do you want it to be loose or adjustable? What is your aesthetic? What is it that you're going for in this pattern? Do you love modern minimalism, vintage lace, bold textures, or something artistic and freeform? A great place to start gathering inspiration is Pinterest, fashion runaway, vintage patterns, or even nature. Once you have an idea, try sketching it out. Even if you can draw, a simple stick figure will help you visualize the idea. This is for you. No one has to see it. This is just so that you can have an idea of what you're making and how it's going to look. This is an example of my first sketches at the beginning of my crochet designing journey. And this is what I have created now. Now go back and refine the sketch. The more thought you put into these details up front, the easier the designing process will be. Indicate stitch directions: vertical, horizontal, diagonal. The stitch direction can affect the drape and texture of the finished piece. Mark key construction points: neckline, armholes, borders. Note whether you crochet 2 panels and seam them together, work it seamlessly in the rounds, or try top-down raglan shaping. If you want seams, consider where they'll go. Do you want lace panels, a ribbed hem, a delicate picot edging? Add them to your sketch or create a couple of sketches to see how these pieces will work together. These labels and features can help visualize the structure before you even pick up a hook. Choosing the right stitch pattern and hook. Choosing the right stitch pattern and hook size is crucial as they dictate the overall texture, structure, and drape of the finished piece. Stitch choice is as important as your yarn selection because the same yarn can behave completely different depending on how it is stitched. If you're looking for a structured, sturdy fabric, then stitches such as single crochet, moss stitch, or waistcoat stitch are excellent choices. These stitches create a tight, firm fabric that holds its shape well, making them ideal for items like fitted garments, bags, or projects that require durability and stability. However, dense stitches can sometimes feel stiff, especially when worked in thicker yarns. So it is important to pair them with a fiber that provides some softness or flexibility if comfort is a concern. For projects that require drapes, such as shawls, flowy tops, or lightweight scarves, open or airy stitches work best. These stitches will work particularly well with fibers that already have natural softness and sheen, like bamboo, silk, or linen. If you want to add visual interest and texture, stitches like bubbles, cables, puff stitch, and popcorn stitches are great options. These stitches create raised elements to add dimension to a project, making them perfect for statement pieces, decorative panels, and cozy sweaters with intricate details. However, heavy textured stitches can add weight to a project, especially when used with thicker yarns. So it's important to balance texture with structure to avoid a piece feeling too bulky. The hook size you choose also plays a major role in how the stitches behave. A larger hook relative to the yarn weight creates a looser, more open fabric, adding extra drape and softness. A smaller hook results in a tighter, more structured fabric, which work well for items that need to hold their shape, such as structured top, bags, or home decor pieces. This is the time you pull out one of the stitch dictionaries I mentioned in the intro episode of this series. I'll also link them down in the description below for you to have access to if you haven't seen the first episode yet. Select your stitches based on the information you compiled. You don't have to make a final decision just yet. Go through and select as many as your heart desires. Then step back, revisit your sketches, and then go back and reduce the numbers to about 2 to 3 different stitches that you would like to put together. Now we're going to move on to choosing the right yarn. Lace and finger and weight yarns are the finest options available, making them perfect for delicate projects such as lacy shawls, intricate dollies, and lightweight summer garments. These yarns create an airy, elegant look that drapes beautifully, especially when made from fibers like alpaca, silk, or bamboo. However, they can be tricky to work with due to their thinness and require patience. Take that into consideration if your intended pattern is for beginners or someone looking for a pattern that works up fast. Slightly thicker, sport and DK weight yarns offer a great balance between lightweight, softness, and structure. They are ideal for garments that need some drape without losing shape, such as summer tops, baby clothing, or shawls with a gentle flowing quality. This yarn also shows stitch definition well without being overly bulky, making them a great choice for textured stitches and lightweight sweaters. Worsted weight is one of the most versatile yarns and is widely used for garment, accessories, and home decor projects. It offers a good mix of durability and comfort, making it an excellent choice for sweaters, scarves, hats, and blankets. This weight works well for beginners because it's thick enough to be seen and handled and not so bulky that it limits the stitch patterns. It also provides a good balance between drape and structure, though the fabric content would ultimately determine how it behaves in a project. Bulky and super bulky yarns are much thicker, making them perfect for projects that need to be warm and cozy, like chunky sweater, oversized scarves, and plush blankets. These yarns work up quickly and create bold, dramatic textures, but they don't have much drape and can sometimes feel heavy. They are best suited for projects where weight and structure aren't a concern, such as outerwear or home decor like rugs and cushion covers. Choosing the right fiber. By understanding the properties of different yarn, you can make informed decisions that will help you bring your crochet design to life exactly as you envision. Cotton is a popular choice for warm weather projects because it is breathable, moisture absorbent, and holds its shapes very well. However, it lacks elasticity, meaning it won't stretch and return to its original shape. This makes it great for structured garments such as summer top, market bags, and washcloth. But it is less ideal for fitted sweaters or projects that require flexibility. If you enjoyed this video, consider supporting me on Patreon for just $4 a month. Your support is going to help me keep making more videos like this for you. Wool is warm, soft, and highly elastic, making it perfect for garments that needs to mold to the body. It holds heat well while still allowing some breathability, making it ideal for winter accessories such as sweaters and cozy shawls. Wool also requires more careful washing, as if it's not cared for properly, it can shrink. Acrylic is a synthetic fabric that is widely used because it's affordable, lightweight, and easy to care for. It is a great choice for beginners and for crochet projects that needs to be machine washable, such as blankets and everyday accessories. However, it doesn't have the same breathability as natural fibers, so it may feel less comfortable in garments worn directly against the skin. The texture of acrylics can vary greatly, with some feeling soft and wool-like, while others can be stiff and plasticky. High-quality acrylics tend to mimic natural fiber better, making them a good choice and great substitution if you do not have the resources to purchase wool fibers or if you are allergic to wool. Bamboo and silk are both known for their luxurious softness and incredible drape. These fibers create garments that feel cool, smooth, and silky against the skin, making them ideal for elegant shawls, drapey summer tops, and lightweight scarves. Bamboo has natural antibacterial property. It is highly breathable, while silk adds a subtle sheen and softness. However, these fibers lack elasticity and can sometimes feel slippery to work with. They are best used in designs that embrace drape rather than structured. Linen is another great fiber for summer projects because it is lightweight, breathable, and gets softer with every wash. However, it starts off feeling quite crispy and stiff, which can be surprising to those who aren't used to working with it. Since linen doesn't have much of elasticity, it is best used in designs where structure is an advantage rather than a drawback. Blends of different fibers are often used to balance out the strength and weaknesses of each of the individual yarns that we've discussed. For example, a wool and acrylic blend offers warmth and elasticity while being more affordable and easier to care for than pure wool. A cotton and bamboo blend adds softness and drape to cotton's durability, making it perfect for breathable yet flexible garments. Choosing blended yarn allows you to get the best of both worlds and tailor your project characteristics to your needs. Swatching and understanding gauge. Now we've discussed yarn and you've selected the right one for your projects. You have your stitches already selected and your sketch. It's time to talk about swatching. I know we hate swatching, but it is important as it allows us to see firsthand how the yarn behaves and whether it meets our expectations. Our goal is to avoid frustration later when the finished piece turns out to be too small, too large, too stiff, or too floppy. Swatching also determines if your project will turn out the right size based on gauge. Gauge refers to the number of stitches and rows per inch, and even slight differences can result in a project that is several inches off in its final dimensions. To properly swatch, start by crocheting a square at least 6 inches wide and 6 inches tall using the stitch pattern you plan to use in your project. If you selected a large number of stitches earlier in this process, I recommend you make multiple swatches putting those stitches together, seeing how they're going to work. So if you are putting something that has cables in it and you want to have a basic stitch in the back of the cables and lace around, your first swatch is going to have cables, the stitch in the back, and the lace in it. That's going to let you see how those 3 stitches are going to work together. When swatching, always use the same exact hook size and material you plan to work with for your finished project. Different hook material can affect your gauge. A metal hook may allow your yarn to slide smoothly, creating looser stitches, while a bamboo hook may provide more friction, resulting in tighter stitches. Once you like how your stitches look together in your swatch, it's time to block. Measuring your stitches before blocking could provide a completely inaccurate gauge, leading to a poorly fitting final piece. So blocking is crucial before measuring. This process involves washing and drying the swatching exactly as you would with the final piece. Some yarns will change drastically after blocking. Lace weight yarns and will tend to stretch and grow, while cotton, acrylic, and linen tends to retain their original shape. After blocking, if you're happy with the finished swatch, measure how many stitches and rows fit within a 4-inch section of the swatch. That will be the gauge for your pattern. Write it down. You do not want to forget this. If your finished swatch is not as desired, repeat with a larger hook to loosen up the stitches, or a smaller hook to tighten up your stitches. What's next? The foundation has been laid, but there's so much more to learn. In the next episode, we'll discuss choosing the right yarn color for your projects and break down the different construction methods for blankets, garments, and shawls. Until then, start sketching ideas and swatching. The more you create, the more confident you'll become in your designing choices. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and support me on Patreon for $4 a month. This is going to help me keep creating videos like this for you and sharing my crochet journey. I'll see you in the next video.